Hey, this is B from Kongs R Us, and welcome to a Sunday Funday show with Mrs. Kongs R Us. How are
We're
you?
going to be hearing that little chime the entire time. Our
I
son
know.
is trying to invite his.
Somebody's trying to play Minecraft for Windows right now, but that's okay. We're a little quicker right here, but how are you, Mrs. Kongs R Us?
I'm going to tell him to stop.
Stop. Somebody, I don't know what's going on. Sorry. We share a lot of family accounts here. So yeah, I just keep having this pop-up right now that somebody's wanting to play and I can't turn it off. How do I turn off the freaking game? Oh my goodness. Stop. No, not now. No, dismiss. Somebody's stop. Oh my goodness. Xbox social settings. How can I sign out? I'm so sorry. This is really annoying. I'm trying to close my settings because my son is trying to play with his cousin right now. All right. That threw me off. Sorry about that. Anyways, happy Sunday. There's like 20 notifications. Stop! Whoever's setting notifications, quit. Oh my goodness. You yell.
Now the cousins are yelling at each other.
Close the Xbox app. I'm trying to. It won't let me close the app. It's just giving me things.
That's hilarious.
What's that? I'm ending the stream. I can't deal with this. We're gonna restart.
We'll be back.
What's that? I can't deal with this. How do we exit the freaking Xbox thing?
Widget settings.
Where's the X? How do you exit out of this?
All right, chat. How do we get out of the Xbox Live settings on the PC? In the right-hand corner. And we're letting Marco down. Marco again is watching it for the first time live.
What's that? Is this a terrible show to start off?
We apologize. All right.
Like in the right corner, like there's no Xbox app right here, right?
No.
Do you see anything?
I love
There's
it.
Discord. There's nothing.
All right.
I'm like sweating here because this is freaking terrible.
I have no idea. Okay, so this is fun. I'm going
just force stop at this point. I know, right? Oh my goodness.
Let's see. Control Alt Delete.
All right, it stopped. I think they stopped anyways. All right.
Press the any key. There is no any key. Where's the any key?
All right. This is done. Okay. I'm about to cancel this show right now. I'm so mad. Family. All right, so.
Oh, this is when we start to,
to drink.
Yeah, this
have some fun. I know this literally part of your Microsoft login. I don't think you can just stop it, right? Yeah, it just kept popping up like 20 times in a row. Join me. All right. Anyways, happy Sunday Fun Day. The topic of today's show, Mrs. Kongs R Us, you have no idea what the topic is, as usual. But first off, let's cheers. I don't have an alcoholic drink, but what are you drinking today? Yeah.
It is Prosecco Superior.
All right, so Lacrosse said it. I'm here for the T2 Erotica. Do you remember the picture you took last night?
Uh-oh, no. No.
You don't remember the picture you took last night?
We took a couple, didn't we?
No, we took one picture, and you were licking a T2 gun.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. And yeah, so I know I could turn off notifications. So it's, hey, Lindsay, what's going on? Oh my goodness, it's Lindsay, good old friend Lindsay. You remember Lindsay?
I do remember.
Yeah, Lindsay, good to see you. I hope you and Nick are doing super well. But that was always fun when we used to watch you guys Fun Bumble for a little bit. That brings me back way back when. Which one? Good one. So yeah, she licked the blue gun, and I think last time we were talking, We're talking about things we needed to get rid of. And do you remember why you were licking the gun? So the question of the stream was, why are you licking an Arcade1up gun?
Oh, we're trying to increase the resale value of it because
really?
apparently these things are like
By licking the cabinet?
have
I
no
thought you
idea.
were trying to like make it cheaper because you were adding your like
DNA.
damaging into it so that you can sell it for cheaper than that. So I mean that's the whole point. I know it's not one of those liquidation streams, but I was having fun the other day. Finally doing something that I've not done in a very, very long time. So something that I have not done in the entire arcade in such a long time. This is Kong's Rest. Do you turn around and notice anything different?
Everything's on.
Everything is on. I finally got to a place where I've been able to turn on almost every single one of my arcade machines, except for one that's not turned on and modded right now. But here it is. Here is my arcade at the moment. And for the first time in a long time, I have almost every single machine on right now, except for Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer is the only one that's not on because I have to install the buy stuff. But I have my T2 on. I finished modding up my Tempest cabinet. I got some signage up there. Oh, I got to light that up. That sign up there is from Angel Otero Jr. He sent me a marquee that's beautiful. I got to turn that on. I finished my Turtles mod. I have this mod that I've updated a long time ago. I cleaned up all my toys from my Turtles collection too. So I have all my Turtles all lit up. All these cabs in the back have always been on for the most part, but I got my Marvel's Capcom 2. That Mortal Kombat cab traveled a lot today. For folks that didn't see it, I traveled all the way to somebody that had a Mortal Kombat 2 deluxe cabinet. We did a side-by-side. So there's Tron, Dragons there. And then I have my other cabs back there. I have my Point Blank cabinet. I got my Macross cabinet, my iArcade, my MVSX is right there in the corner that's on. All right, I'm going to flip around this way too. And then there's my Star Wars. I've been spending so much time with that Star Wars pinball machine.
Yes, you have been.
Yeah? Are you glad I'm done with it?
Yes, because you've been using chemicals, dangerous chemicals, where you actually have to put on gloves in the house on the carpet.
Yeah,
where the kittens are.
And then I have my At Games Legends pinball machine, which is the Star Trek theme. So I'm super happy. Like for the first time in a long time, I like was really inspired to finally get my arcade up and running. I feel like every time I do these shows that something is being worked on. I have a project here and there. I went to Kid Vid's house, and his house was immaculate, and I was like, man, I really got to get my arcade up and running. So I finally turned on every single arcade in my arcade except for the Ridge Racer because I had to finish modding it. So that's like the only one. But soon, by next week, I think every cab will be on. But I do have to make space. And so I know Michael B did a stream. Did you know that Michael B, would you consider him a pretty big Arcade1up fan?
Sure.
He is selling the majority of his Arcade1up cabinets. Yeah. Why? What do you think? Why? Why would somebody who has been a fan of Arcade1up for the last couple of years in the home arcade space sell so many of his cabinets?
His wife finally said, it gets out of the house now.
Possibly, yeah. They also did expand their family recently. Yeah. So part of it was that he was making space for the baby. And, sometimes priorities change and things happen. So people have been getting rid of their cabs, selling things. You've always been encouraging me to sell my cabinets.
Yes, because it just becomes a glorified cat bed.
Oh, yeah. My cat is totally up on that. Look at that. That is a very beautiful cat bed right there. See, that's more reasons to have more arcades. The best cat bed they used to love a lot? That
oh my God, they still do.
Was the Miss Pac-Man. Do you remember when they used to sit inside that little cubby? Yeah, but they also sit on the iArcade a lot too. They turn on the iArcade very, very often.
And they send you snapshots.
They do. I wish it would do an external snapshot so I can see what they look like, but it's just a screenshot. But yeah, I had talked about plans to get rid of some stuff. So Mrs. Kongzarus, do you think you're adding value or decreasing value by adding random saliva to these things? Are you encouraging me to sell things?
Yes.
Yeah, which ones do you want me to get rid of?
All of it.
Now be realistic. Like out of this arcade, if you walked in and you were like, all right.
All of it.
Stop. I'm trying to ask you a serious question here.
I am telling you a serious answer.
You want me to get rid of all of them?
Okay, you can keep your pinball and like maybe Marvel vs. Capcom. That's the only two machines that he spends time on. Everything else.
I play the other ones too.
You only play the other ones when you're trying to clean up to figure out which ones you're going to sell. That's the only time I've seen you play with things.
Come on. I have a signed Dragon's Lair cabinet by Don Bluth in Cast.
When was the last time you played the Dragon's Lair cabinet?
When I got it signed by Don Bluth in Cast and Cabinet, right?
Okay.
I played the Tron cab recently. You remember the funny fancy screen that's on the Tron cabinet?
Yes.
Yeah. How can I sell that one? It has a custom user interface featuring Mrs. Kong Zeros in it.
Okay, but what about your other stuff? When was the last time you played?
Mortal Kombat I played today. I played it today. Big Blue I played the other night. I got my ass whooped by Noxu Cow. Do you know who Noxu Cow is?
No.
You've never heard the name Noxu Cow?
No.
You don't know who Noxu Cow is?
No, I do not know.
Noxu Cow.
Why are you so...
Do you guys know who Noxu Cow is? Tell me if you guys know who Noxu Cow is. I'm sorry we're not reading chat right now, but we're having some fun right now. You don't have room elsewhere, so keep them. That's right. That's a good point. I did meet Don Blue, if that was. Do I play my Arcade much? When was the last time I played my Arcade?
Your cats play it more than you.
They do. I did play it the other night. I tried out Saturn for the first time the other night. I did play Saturn the other night to test it out. So I played it 2 days ago. Noxu Cow, not Bloodsport, the other one. It's he's the bad guy from Kickboxer, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
So you play the Hando Noxu Cow, or do you actually play
there's this guy named Noxu Cow who's really awesome in the Big Blue community, and he kicked my butt. So I was playing Big Blue the other night. I played my MBC2, about equally between MBC1 and MBC2. I'm still playing MBC1 online, but sometimes I kind of switch between the two. I just played my Turtles Cab for the first time in a long time, and I was testing out yesterday. This has a Raspberry Pi 3 in it, which Scooney, if you guys remember Scooney, he's a Raspberry Pi image maker, made this custom image for me. Even has a playlist with my logo on it, and it has all the 4-player beat 'em up games. This is one of my very first mods that I have there. And then I finished my Tempest Cab. I was playing Tempest yesterday. I was playing T2 yesterday. I finally was in my Arcade, playing stuff. Isn't it exciting that it doesn't look all messy and trashy, that you can actually walk in and play?
Yeah, I'm just going to be looking at our energy bill for today and yesterday to see how much energy consumption that was.
I don't know. I'm just excited to finally have my full Arcade. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've had everything there.
Yeah.
How many times did I say the name? A lot. That's it. Noxu Cow. All right. The White Warrior. All right. Jason says, Kong refers fringes. If I was picky, I'd get rid of cabinets that you're not against, like a wall, railings coming up the stairs. Since you have other rooms, keep them.
I'd get rid of cabinets that are not against a wall and against the railings coming up the stairs.
You have other room, keep them.
Well, the point blank isn't really against the wall. It's against another arcade.
I haven't played my Macross cabinet in a long time, but I don't think I would ever get rid of that. It's so custom and unique, right?
Like your Neo Geo, you hardly play. You put it in the place. So he puts things all over the place. He situated the Neo Geo, which he never played, at the top of the staircase because no one's going to stand at the top of the staircase to play. So why do we even have it?
All right, here's a good question. Al Epsiman, you remember Al?
Yes, I do.
Yes, Al, a beautiful artist, talented. What was the last game that you played in this arcade? That's a very good question.
What was the last game that I played in this arcade? I think you had me test out Point Blank.
Yes, she was playing Point Blank with me. You ever touched my pinball machine?
Yeah, I
You
have.
never really do, though, even since I modded it.
Not since you modded it, but I did before. Like whenever your dad would come over, I'd turn it on.
Do you remember playing any of these other arcades? Is there a game in here that you've never touched?
Okay, when we say never touched, as in I didn't do any of your...
You've never played it?
No, I think I've done all of them because you make me play stuff so you can record B-roll for stuff.
Have you ever played Tempest?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
Have you ever played that Star Wars trilogy game?
Yes. I turned it off, remember? And we were never able to turn it back on for a while.
Have you played the MBSX? Oh, we need to do an MBSX review because you have a Mai Shiranui outfit that we've never used before. I think you've put it on once.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we got to do
twice.
an MBSX review.
We put it on twice.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2 years old now. Nobody needs an MBSX review except for using that.
So the only way you get people to watch is if I wear cosplay.
Turn your arcade into a pinball museum. So yeah, that is in the plan. I do have still that conundrum of Godzilla versus Foo Fighter. Did we settle that debate yet?
No.
One or the other?
The community really wanted both. And cats. 18 cats.
18 cats. 18 cats and a pinball machine. It's exactly what we should do. What's up, 19K Fox? Unfortunately, he is stuck on the road. Won't be doing a show today. So Mrs. Kong Zeros will cheers and drink for you. So cheers, cheers, cheers. Hello, hello.
Sorry, I don't waste.
All right. So when you're coming up the stairs, you see the back of the cabs, right? We do see the back of the cabs. Yeah. So they are on the back of the cabs.
Yeah. And then he has this daisy chain situation. So they're actually connected to each other's power source. And he has to keep the cables tucked in. If not, we have certain kittens who will bad at the cables. But for the most part, the kids are really good about not attacking cables, huh?
Yeah.
Huh, buddy?
Yeah. What's up? What's up?
Did she touch your pinball machine? I'm touching it right now.
Yep. See if there's any other questions. You touch my pinball machine?
Pinball machine touched.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So what are some other questions here? Where can you get an encoder board so you can mod your PC, Ridge Racer, cabinet? So if you're watching Justin's Console Kids' stream earlier today, he was talking about the Buy Stuff Store, guys. Is a company that I've used very frequently and often. They have an encoder board that you can plug your Ridge Racer stock controls into a PC. So definitely you can use that. You don't even have to use their Android box. You can just get the encoder kit and then plug it into a PC, which is what I did a couple months ago when they sent me one. So definitely check that out. Godzilla Premium is a very good pinball machine. You know what, Brad? I think you're right. Like Godzilla is right now considered the best pinball machine of all time. So it's going to be a popular machine. So every time we actually go to a place that has pinball, there's normally a Godzilla, either a pro. I see more pros out in the wild than premiums, but it's like, if there's so many out there in the wild, do I really need one at home?
That's right. So we don't need it.
But it's the number one pinball of all time.
But then that means we could go visit these establishments.
You could,
but
while those pinballs exist there, it's the number one pinball machine of all time, meaning it will only go up in value as the years go by. Captain's Auctions Warehouse did a sale yesterday. I wasn't watching.
So you know what you could do? You can just park it somewhere.
I could if I become an operator, right? So we can get some money back for it. But it's a popular game, so there are a lot of places. They were selling a couple of different machines from like 2014, 15, not even that long ago, maybe 8-9 years ago. I saw a Vault Edition AC/DC, and there was a Rick and Morty cabinet. How much do you think they went for?
Pinball or
pinball?
Okay. Between
guessing.
$5,000 to $9,000.
$11,000 for each of those. Rick and Morty, I think that's the retail price, but an AC/DC that came out like 7-8 years ago, that was only a $7,000 cab when it came out.
So you're telling me
in 7 years it is an $11,000 cab.
So you're telling me
value.
You'll buy a pinball, and in 7 years you'll help me support your child going to college by selling one of these?
If we need to, yes. If we were desperate for money and we needed to sell it, we absolutely could. But I believe that both of us
only if we sell in 7 years, because our child needs to go to
financially responsible, that we can save up and we can, put our kids through college with that. I'm just saying. But yeah, the point that Godzilla is so good makes me think that Foo Fighters, while having a chance to be a better pinball machine than Godzilla's everywhere. Like I could literally play that game everywhere. I don't think everybody's gonna get Foo Fighters though, but it looks like a really fun cabinet.
Get your child to listen to more Foo Fighters songs.
All right, Foo Fighters has you excited to play. Got to find it around once it launches in Canada. I've seen the gameplay. I really got to be able to see it in action and play it for myself, because while it looks fun, maybe it just plays really bad. Who knows? But yeah, I think you're right. Godzilla will absolutely hold its value. Oh, what do you think about the Godfather pinball machine?
I don't think I remember playing that one.
It's brand new. Hasn't come out yet.
It hasn't come out?
Yeah.
We haven't really seen the movie. No, I haven't seen the movies.
Yeah,
I remember bits and pieces of it.
Godfather is definitely a little bit before our time in terms of when it was like really, really popular in the 70s and 80s. Marlon Brando. Yeah, there's a lot of like good memes and stuff from it. But yeah, the gameplay looks really fun. There's a lot of fields to it. But yeah, I think we'll look for it in the wild to see. It's like Jersey Jack pinball machines are very expensive. They start cheapest Jersey Jack pinball machine is $11,000. So it goes limited edition and collector's edition.
The Halloween,
Yeah, the Halloween one.
Yeah, the Halloween one
saw
actually is very
different
detailed.
dolls. Yeah. They do a Wizard of Oz one, the one that we saw that was in Hawaii.
Yep.
Right. So they do a lot of fun ones too. All right.
Addams Family. Was Addams Family? No, that's Stearns, right?
Yeah, it's the number one selling pinball machines of all time. The Addams Family, like way back in the day, it sold a lot of them. Yeah, fun. All right, let's see. 360s. Will you get FNF and mod it and turn it into a Cuisine Musée crab? No, I think I'm done with racing cabinets. I have down here a mod I'm still been working on that is going to be a racing cabinet. So I'm going to do something unique.
Of Fast and Furious. They're gonna like.
They are
9 movies, right?
Yeah. Well, they came out with an arcade version of the original Fast and Furious game, so it's coming out pretty soon.
I'll listen to your wife. Yeah. I cannot click on stuff for the life of me. There we go.
I am listening to my wife. Yeah. Why wouldn't I listen to my wife? She's good. She's good. She's good with that. All right, let's see. What else is there? All right, you could spend half your life at the arcade playing Godzilla, and you doubt it will add up to $15,000. You make a fair point that,
Thank you, multi-cade.
yeah, we may not be sending as much money there, but but we could be saving that money at some point.
For our
Lots of
children's college.
free play. My son is getting into pinball. What's up, Kid Vid? Kid Vid is here. Kid Vid, we visited earlier. Where was he? Went around. I lost it.
Right there.
Huh?
Stop.
Okay, yeah. Kid Vid was here earlier, or I was at Kid Vid's house. So thank you for hosting me. You were very awesome. Got some more stuff with that Mortal Kombat that way pretty soon. All right, TMNT Premium is way more fun than Godzilla. That is a matter of opinion. 360. We played TMNT Premium at the new place that we went to.
It wasn't.
It was a premium version.
Oh, it was a premium. Oh,
it
was premium.
Yeah.
It was.
It's very like cartoony.
Fun. Yes,
lots of levels.
Godzilla doesn't have the magnet, right?
Yeah, well, Godzilla has a magnet save, but they have a magnet in that little the pizza.
Yeah. Because that's really cool to see it actually stop, and you're like, oh
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, TMNT is actually like I don't like the point system in TMNT. You can be playing for a long time, and the point values are very low compared to like other things. So I kind of don't like how different pinball machines have various point values, because somebody was asking me like, "Hey, what's your average score on pinball?" And you can't really say because everything scores differently, and TMNT is one that scores very low.
So expect to have hundreds of thousands of points, not millions.
Godzilla top 5. Pizza Magnet is the best.
Yes.
Pizza. Okay. I did have some things to show and share a little bit of.
Besides your Vegas shirt?
Yes, be in it. So I wanted to share some other pictures from today. Some people were asking earlier today when I was with Kid Vid if the PCB was the same as the Mortal Kombat. And I know this really doesn't mean much, but that is the PCB for the MK2 Deluxe cabinet.
It looks the same.
Yeah, and I opened it up, took a picture of it. It does have an Ethernet port for it. So compared to the MK30th, it does look the same. So I wanted to share that snippet of information. So we took that apart. We looked at the control panel and didn't have that much difference there as well. And you can see my cat there really loving to climb on top of my arcades. So his name is Moo. You want to talk about Moo and grab him really fast?
Yes, I can grab Moo.
So Moo is now the new face of home arcades because he is now the face of Mortal Kombat. I think I want to do a stream where people share pictures of their pets on top of their arcades. Let me know if you have any fun pets that ever climb your arcades. I know other people do. I think that would be a fun stream to do in the future. Would you like to see that at some time?
I would love to see other people's pets on
pets
their
in arcades. I think that's a really cool investment. Yeah, for sure. That would be super fun. The other thing I wanted to show off was a amazing fortune cookie, Mrs. Kong's Arrest, that I saw earlier today. Do you know what it said?
Oh, man.
What's that?
Wait, was it your social? No, it's not.
Look at this fortune cookie that I got from Mrs. Kong's Arrest last night.
You have to read it for the audience.
You can read it. What does it say?
The evening promises romantic interest.
Yes! I opened up this fortune cookie on my way to Kid Vid's place because we went to a place last night that it got Szechuan, and I was like, I'm saving this fortune cookie. And the fortune cookie gave me some promising romantic times tonight. So I cannot wait for this evening, Mrs. Kongderas. It's going to be super exciting and sensual that Moo is touching my face just like that. I think it's going to be an awesome good time. All right. So people are talking about pinball. We're just talking about whatever at this point. Top 5 not in order is Godzilla, Mandalorian, Pinbot, Pride of Pinbot, and Atari Superman. Have you played any of the Pinbot machines? No. I've seen Pinbot. I think I've played virtual versions of it, but I've not played a real version of it. Mando, I'm not like a super huge fan of. I don't know why. I think I really suck at that game. I've never had a really good run. And so Mando is just not like really tops for me. For me, you've played enough pinball. Do you have like a top 5 or top 3 maybe that you enjoy?
I'll just play them to play, but I don't have like a favorite.
You don't have tops that you like?
You're more into you play the little games and stuff like that too. I have a hard time because I'm just like, make sure the ball does not fall through the thing. Oh my God, it says it cannot save the ball anymore. So I'm not I'm not like you, where you actually play, you follow the actual story and play too. So I don't have a top 5 or top 3.
I think Godzilla has been my favorite so far in terms of like new pinball that I've played. I mean, the Star Wars that I have, I like it because it's very nostalgic for me. Right? But from a pinball perspective, I can't wait to show off the mods that I've done on it. I've done a lot of good mods. I just finally finished it yesterday. It was yesterday, right? Yeah, I finished adding some toys inside of it too. So I added an X-Wing, I added a Slave 1.
Did you get it to light up?
The Millennium Falcon, not any of the other toys. But yeah, so I really like my Star Wars Pro Pinball machine just from a nostalgic standpoint. It's not a really top, I think it's like top 40. Maybe it's like 40th in terms of ranking. So it's not that great. But personally, I'm attached to it because it's my very first pinball machine I've owned. I would say I really like Rush. Like,
was it because we just had so many games that we kept getting?
No, I got really into. I really like the time machine shot in the Rush pinball machine. So Rush was the number one. Like it was a new machine last year. Was the pinball machine of the year. So Rush has been fun for me. I don't like Jurassic Park for some reason.
Our son loves Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Our son's favorite one was Indiana Jones because of the
classic one.
The classic, well, because like instead of pulling it, it's a little gun.
And I do like Medieval Madness and Attack from Mars. Those two games are really fun. Oh, Cactus Canyon is really fun too. I really like Cactus Canyon. All right, some people are doing some cats.
Ooh,
no pets. Ooh, that sounds fun. Yes. All right, the 4-4 Club was asking, well, did you miss why you were licking a T2? All right, back it up. Why were you licking cabinets again?
You said you needed a thumbnail.
That's pretty much the reason why I asked her to just say, hey, can you do something interesting? And she just actually licked it. So that's pretty much the reason why. But the other reason why is last time we were on stream, we were talking about potentially selling the cabinets. And so she thought that if she damaged the cabinets by licking them, they would lose their value or add value to it. So
either which way.
Yes, subject to interpretation. But I think based on my gun cab that I have for point blank, I no longer need my T2 cabinet. So T2 might be going up on sale. And even though I really, 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 really like my Tempest cabinet because I just modded it and finished putting that beautiful red marquee that you can see looks overly bright and exposed. I covered up the bottom part. I had the waterfall deck. I might be getting rid of my Tempest cabinet.
You are getting rid of your
Tempest. It looks so good though. I just played it yesterday.
You said you were going to get rid of your Tempest cabinet.
It's so good. I don't know.
This man. I just need him to like Tempest cabinet, $500 or best offer. Come on.
Like I get really attached to my arcade, so but I think T2 is gone. I was playing T2 yesterday and I was having fun.
You have a point blank.
I know,
but you told me how much money you spent on point blank.
Yeah. Okay. T2 can go for sure. But Tempest, I did so much work on Tempest. Sell more cabs, get more cookie delights. I think that's a good idea. That's a good idea. All right. Oh, yeah. What do I do? What do you do? HM Fanatic says, Rush is your favorite pinball machine or is your favorite band? And that pinball machine looks super dope. I agree. Very good. You did. All right. Can't get rid of Tennessee, Phil, right? It's such a good cabinet.
Would you like to buy Tempest for $500 or best offer?
I was also thinking about getting rid of my Turtles cabinet because it takes up so much space. Like the 4-player cabinet take up so much space. But my problem is, where am I going to put all my toys?
Okay, that should not be an excuse as to why you want to keep these.
Well, because like I'm a toy collector, and originally all these were in boxes and were hanging on the wall because
above his head.
Yeah, and so I'm like, if I got rid of it, then I'm losing storage for my T2 toys. So I thought this was a really cool combination of stuff. I really like that. Yeah, and I can play all my turtle stuff.
Dude, Girl Scout cookies went up in price.
Whoa, I know. Girl Scout cookies did go up in price. But we got
you got like what, 5 boxes?
A Samoa donut the other day. Yeah? All right. I got to pull a Michael B and make room for the kids. Yeah. It's more like, I don't know. Yeah. If I'm getting another pinball machine, I really don't know where I'm going to shift everything. The place that I'm sitting at right now is a very messy desk with some other supplies. So once I clean up that space.
Well, you're supposed to get rid of the pinball downstairs to put this desk here. Because that's eventually where our son's going to be working on homework.
Okay. That's a good point. That is a good point. So what am I putting in T2's place? I don't know.
Nothing.
I don't know.
Access to get to the router whenever I need to reset it. I can't get to our router, our modem, whenever it goes down. I have to like move things around.
Yeah.
just to check to see if it's plugged in.
Yeah.
So I would love to be able to easily access it.
Yeah, I struggle a lot with what I want to do with my arcade in these spaces, but yeah.
Is that the case for a lot of content creators?
There are a lot of people that are selling cabinets, but I'm not like fire selling everything off this arcade. It's literally just the two that are in this corner right here. Because like these two are the two that are in the corner that I need to like move over space. So it's not like I'm fire selling everything. It's just like, you know, moving certain things that I don't need anymore. Like T2 I bought in a hot moment, but I really like the Tempest cabinet. Like I really like it. Like once I finished it and I put up the volcano buttons and everything, I really like it.
Phil, $500 is the best offer. Come on.
I really like it. So I don't know. Don't know. All right. If they made a 2-player conversion kit for, that would actually be something maybe worth looking into. Because you're right. Like this 4-player cab, I really have no place to put it.
Your machine is
I know. And so like this just kind of takes up so much space in the middle. But you know, it's my only 4-player cabinet. But I can play Simpsons, Turtles, NBA Jam, all 4-player cabinets. So I'm happy with just the single 4-player cabinet. But you know what I do gotta sell though?
What? Oh, NBA or NFL Blitz that's in the garage. Yeah, let's get rid of that.
Present for our friends.
Oh my god, they're gonna shank you.
I know, right?
Oh wait, other friends?
Mm-hmm.
As in small city friends?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Office Arcade is down to 5 cabs left. Tempted to ditch 2 more. How many total did you have at the end of it? All right, Console Kids asked, what if you get a wireless light switch adapter for your router? Then Mrs. Kong can reset the wireless from her phone. These are good solutions, no?
Ooh, sometimes we just have to make sure the thing is plugged in. Do I have to check the surge? Yeah.
Turn this on really fast so that it can show off.
There is like a look, his little butt. Zooming in. Oh, sorry.
Turn it big.
Oh, okay. Turn it big. He wants to make it big.
Yeah, look at that. So that is a lit marquee with a Kongzerus logo from Angel Otero Jr. I made a license plate frame for my old SIG Outrun, but yeah, that's the router that she's talking about, which sits perfectly above the Tempest. I don't think, I can put anything else in that corner except for Tempest. And it's a 1-player cabinet. So like, this little space, like you don't have to butt up. It's perfect for a 1-player cabinet. Okay.
So notice how all these arcades are pretty much side by side by side. And you're talking about side art. I bought the sticker, decals that I put on it. What stickers, decals, side art? I cannot see anything.
You can see it. And then recently too, I also updated my Marvel vs. Capcom to have the front. Remember, everybody was like wanting. I changed the front art panel to be like really all character driven. And so that's a 1-player cabinet too. So these cabinets are in the corner. These are both 1-player cabinets now. So I can play in the corner. And then there's a 4-player one. So I think someday I would like to see, maybe I'll like get rid of this. ASAP.
Yeah, you're supposed to get rid of the virtual pinball downstairs.
Yeah. Maybe before I sell everything, I need to have a full arcade once and just be like, have everything.
You have a full arcade.
Oh. I really like this back row though. I don't think I would sell this back row. No?
Okay, you technically can keep the back roll because it prevents our cats from hopping off the side of the staircase.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Topic of conversation. Anything else you want to talk about?
Any word on when the app will drop? What app are we talking about?
There is an Arcade1up app. So I think there is a tournament that's being hosted this coming Thursday on Street Fighter. And UAG is hosting it with, I believe, Moat, and John D said he was going to be on there. And the qualifications for joining that tournament was you had to download the app. So I assume this coming Thursday, you will see a lot more information about the app.
So this Thursday, folks.
Do a live auction for the cabs with a signed photo of Mrs. Kongzerus in cosplay with the cab.
For each cab.
Yeah? Do you have a cosplay outfit for each cabinet, right?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the one who's buying my
What's
outfits.
That? We gotta do it. Okay. Do you have a Terminator 2 outfit that you can wear?
It's just a denim jacket, right?
What's that?
A denim.
Leather jacket with sunglasses.
Yeah.
And you can say I'll be back.
Oh no, I was thinking about what Sarah Connor's wearing.
Oh yeah, like the tactical gear.
I can have it.
All right. What would she wear for cosplay for Tempest? It's a space asteroids cabinet.
Ooh, a box.
You just want to be a box. Vector graphics. All right.
I don't have a turtles one.
Do you have an April O'Neil outfit?
No, you're gonna buy me a yellow jumpsuit, aren't you?
Yeah, with a camcorder. Marvel vs. Capcom. You have Chun-Li or Morgan. Same thing.
Chun-Li.
You have a Katana.
Katana, yes.
You have a Tron outfit that we made. You have a Daphne outfit.
That we have to like tape up.
You have a Leia outfit.
Two Leia outfit. Look at that moo cow. He's
he's on the Arcade.
Oh, did you turn it off?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's the point blank. There's no outfit for you for that. But yeah, MBSX.
We have Neo Geo.
It's not bad. Any excuse I can use to get Mrs. Kong dressed in cosplay, I will do it. So yeah. That is a good idea.
Extra money if she licks the cabs. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I have to like draw little squares to where I licked it, huh?
No, she did when she broke my Tron cabinet. Did sign it though and said Mrs. Kongzuris broke this #divorce court. So
yeah,
I think
a year for eyebrows on point.
Yes, a couple of years later, I think it just makes these cabs unique, one of a kind thing. So yeah, stop licking stuff. I think that's pretty gross.
I'll let my cats lick it then.
And that's pretty much it for this topic.
They'll be able to buy a cabinet with cat butt on it.
Mm-hmm. A cabinet with cat butt? Is that what you said?
Yeah, a cabinet with cat butt.
Let's see if there's anything else I had to share.
Why are we uploading an MP4?
Why not?
That was dated today. Ooh. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing I did yesterday.
Let us know if you have any other questions in the chat.
Oh, how much of it?
It would definitely go down in value tremendously. I don't think you want that. I think it's all her. All right. Are you guys the original arcade couple? Have there been others before you?
There's New Sensation.
And Rev for doing stuff retro, for a little while. Yeah. But I don't know if there's a lot of other arcade content creators that are making content together.
Y'all realize I'm not making content. I'm just sitting here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you have requests and things like that, let me know. All right. Thor saying you like your Tempest too. You're thinking about upgrading the marquee. It's the only cab with the wooden marquee. Yes. Yeah. You definitely need to have that upgraded lit marquee.
Why did Cyber Siles say ponytail?
This one?
Oh, because of the Sarah Connor. Okay.
Yeah. Ponytail.
But I don't know this tongue and
pew, 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 pew. How much do I play my Arcade? It's a good question, Jolly Green. I played it the other day just to test out Saturn. I think I test it out occasionally when there's a new game I'm interested in kind of playing once in a while.
Honestly, the cats play it more.
Yeah, they do. But whenever there's weekly challenges and I see an opportunity to chase like a high score, those are things that kind of motivate me to jump onto my Arcade. So I do like the leaderboard feature of the Arcade. It's my favorite thing.
Aw, my mood had turned.
Am I getting a free deluxe cap for a TikTok review? That would be a negative. So I told you all about this yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so I do believe that the email that went out was not designed for anybody in the current YouTube 1UP space. It looked like, based on the requirements of the email, it was supposed to be a vertical video, which means it was for Instagram and TikTok people. And we don't have that following. So one, we didn't receive it. And two, yeah, I don't think it's quite kosher.
Instagram?
We do have an Instagram, but it's not that like popular though. So it's not the audience. I don't think it's the audience here. So no, we'll not be getting a deluxe cabinet for TikTok review. I did my own little deluxe review though, thanks to Mr. Kid Vid. That's true. Ooh, do you believe it's possible for Bicep to create a mod for T2 Cab? Let me answer this first, and then you can get to your next one. I don't think so, because the T2 cabinet uses guns that are proprietary to the Sinden technology, and right now there's no way to repurpose those Sinden guns to use in another device like an Android box or PC. I think it can be done by a mystery encoder and team, but the only issue is it. I don't want to say if it's ethical or not, because I think he has the ability to, but I think Mr. Encoder has actually talked to Andy Sinden and promised him that he wouldn't make the drivers available to work with the PC, because then people would buy the T2 cabinet or Buck Hunter and then use them with PCs. And so he has kind of like weird ethics about some of these mods that he does. So I don't think Buy Stuff would be able to do anything like that. It would be Team Encoder if they did. All right.
Oh, okay. I'll answer some questions.
Oh, thanks, Bob. Appreciate that. All right. What are some questions?
Well, Kid Vid was asking, like, what if you licked it? Apparently, JT
double
will pay double for that. Love
Negatory.
It. Love it.
Negatory. Where did Mrs. Kong get what?
Well, okay. I will do that one. I saw something else too. Where did I get my sweater? This is actually from Japan LA.
Oh, yeah.
It's very cute. Look at it.
Yeah, so his daughter earlier today was wearing a My Melody Kuromi shirt, and I was absolutely just telling her that you're a big Kuromi fan. So.
No, our daughter's a Kuromi fan.
And
I'm a My Melody fan. So like the worst part about that is that it means I need to buy more of this collaboration stuff. And then A-Tran Fanatic, thank you so much. You are rad. And I appreciate everybody who's checking in today, all 102 of y'all.
Oh, thank you. All right, CT Jason Nation saying, how many cabs do I have now?
18.
18. That was, we counted last week.
18 kittens.
18 kittens, that's right. You want to write what ChatGPT generated for a script for a free cabinet. Interesting.
We had a very
interesting
conversation about ChatGPT.
I'm not sold on it, but you're trying to get people to use it.
I'm getting people to use it. Yeah, in a very
functional
and like, you know, teaching folks about like just because a robot said it doesn't mean it's like the truth. So check it out, ChatGPT and all that stuff. Like we're using it anyways. Like anytime you're typing and your autocorrect says we recommend these words, you're like, sure, I'll use it. So come on. Ooh, Catcade.
We are doing the Catcades. Hello, Danzy. Appreciate you jumping on. Let's see if I had my other video that was up that I was ready to share. Oh, okay.
One more. I love this. It's really cute. Yay!
Arcade Chicks. Cheers. You are a wonderful arcade chick, and thank you so much for being here with us.
This opportunity to drink a whole bottle of champagne.
All right. So I was so excited about showing off the mods of my Star Wars cabinets that I took a little video. So here's a sneak peek. I probably will be editing this video very, very shortly so you guys can see what's happening with my Star Wars cabinet. So check it out. Yeah, so that's just a walk around of my Star Wars Pro. I added 2 little X-Wings in the front, the wireform brands, a lightsaber, a slave one.
Really cute. He's like, I've always wanted a premium, and now you have one.
No, it's very different than a premium, but close. Okay. I added the Death Star Destroyer. I put the Millennium Falcon.
I loved how you went to my dad and said, Baba, can you help me cut this off?
Yeah.
And then what did my dad do?
He pulled out a giant handsaw and
he handsaw that bitch. He didn't use some fancy tool. He's like,
So those are fun. Wireform mod was from Logan Pinball. The lightsaber was from Tunero. I bought a bunch of the Star Wars minifigs from the board game and put them in as well. So that was really fun to test out. So I'll be doing a little bit more kind of another showcase video, but I thought I'd just share it off because I've been spending a lot of time with that
a lot of time.
The lightsaber mod is really cool. Appreciate that. Yeah, really good, really good. Looks good. All right, dude, that Star Wars pinball machine is dope. I know. It just Jamie Lee Curtis won an Oscar.
Oh,
yay! Is there Oscars tonight?
Yeah.
All right.
Best supporting actress.
All right. So here's your ChatGPT cock.
ChatGPT says the likelihood of something being true for each person in telephone game is this equation: 1 minus p multiplied by the accurate of is it sub 5 equals 1 minus 0.32768 equals 0.6. Math folks, let us know. So there's a 67.2% chance that the information becomes inaccurate at some point during the process of being passed through 5 people. What about 6 people?
Justin was the first person that was telling me about ChatGPT because as a programmer, you were saying that often it tells you kind of potential sample code you can use here, right?
It does. It does. What? Oh, you don't need to get into it though. It's interesting.
Yeah. So
fact check.
Yeah, fact check. There it is. And the main actor also for everything as well.
Wait. Main actor, actress.
What's that?
Actually, they're both actors. Did Michelle Yeoh win?
Any word on the casino cades? I haven't heard anything from the casino cades yet from Arcade1up. So I think they're still coming up. Wheel of Fortune stuff. So yeah, I haven't heard anything. I think I did see some folks in Justin's stream that they're going to be doing a one update show on Tuesday. So mark your calendars if you're looking for Arcade1up updates. They check out their official channel for the one update show on Tuesday, and then on Thursday they're doing a tournament. So I think there'll be some content creating coming out from those groups There it is. All right.
ChatGPT, very true, very true. But it's like having a colleague telling you, yo,
And
yo, yo, try
it's
these
auto
things.
complete and complete sentence. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
there it is. Okay. Bob, you make a good point. Have none of you seen T2? AI was something for Skynet. Yeah, doesn't this all scare you? No?
No.
It's learning so much? No? It's not going
Okay,
to take over the world?
y'all. Every single time you do that little captcha of like,
Mhm.
where is the where is the car, or where is the bridge, or
Mhm.
where is the traffic lights?
Mhm.
You are helping teach the AI.
Mhm.
We still need people to teach the AI. So no.
Yeah. And it's still like all pre-2020 stuff, right? That it knows in terms of knowledge
ChatGPT,
base?
yes, ChatGPT.
Yeah, so it's not
So before
learning.
2021.
Yeah. So we could probably do a whole nother thing. So like Kanto saying ChatGPT knows everything and nothing at the same time.
Very
See,
true.
Travis MCP knows AI is dangerous.
Not
No, I'm still
okay.
skeptical.
It's only if you
I've not
trust.
done it.
It's only if you trust the AI, which is why
Yeah,
I do not let the Tesla drive me.
that I trust. I don't know why. Because it's just it's not full AI at that point though.
You're still relying on a machine to tell you where to go
It's doing whatchamacallit. It's auto steer, so it's just staying in the lane. It's like
and braking.
yeah, it is braking for me.
Yeah, see,
But it's doing
because you're saying you're a
no, it's
shitty driver
cruise
to begin with.
control on like steroids. So it's just
But
like
you're not even like touching the wheel.
yeah, that's true. I
So-
did get a little bit nervous. I was using it today when I was driving, and there was like big turns, not big turns, but it was a long turn, and I was right next to a truck, so I kind of got nervous and just like did it by
The
myself.
freaking Tesla is also doing the auto prediction. Every time it
Mhm.
looks at a street cone, it thinks
Mhm.
it's a street
Yeah,
cone.
Teslas. I don't know if people want to see Tesla content. That would be interesting, right? Yeah, we bought a Tesla about 3 months ago. We haven't done anything.
I've been like managing our electronic use, which is like after the stream, I'm shutting everything off. We are using energy at high peak time right now.
Yeah. What's up, Nelson? Thanks for being here. It says, love all the old school classic arcade games. Hits the spot with the classic games. Appreciate that. Doing well today. I turned on.
Your only classic game is actually the pinball.
No, look, Tempest.
Classic, like you put in the coin.
Oh, like coin op.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I don't have anything that's like. You wouldn't want me to have like a real coin op, anyways. I do have some in the arcade. Oh, downstairs. Oh, we didn't count my full size arcades. 21.
21.
18 up here. 3 downstairs.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Bob says he's going to stay home in your house. People used to need to drive in the car bomb back then. Oh, man. All right. Gonzo says you asked ChatGPT to write 1,000 lines of code last week and it had 2 bugs, but you can fix those faster than writing the code. Isn't that cheating?
No.
What's that? So 1,000 lines of code and he fixed 2, but it kind of like did it both.
It's not cheating. I would say like ChatGPT is good for like if you have writer's block, if you have programmer's block, if you're trying to figure out what you need to do. It's not going to give you the different. I showed you like how to write a redirect that didn't give me exactly what I wanted.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're having interesting. Travis says, my friend's wife started a Tesla channel and she blew up. She hit 10K in under a year. Dude, yeah, Tesla channels are they are very popular. If you do
like figure out the hacks and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I don't.
Because sometimes someone doesn't read the instructions.
Yeah, how to install the power supply thingy, play video games on it. So yeah, I think there are some people looking for Tesla content. So could be something that we jump into. I always thought like we could expand our channel to other stuff. In fact, I think I paid for some of the stuff through our Kongzerus LLC on the Tesla so that I could make content on it. Makes sense, right?
Can we erase that part where you said it on stream?
What's that?
We don't need the folks to hear that. Anywho.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
ID is cheating.
Yeah. Okay, so asking if I'm going to buy any of the deluxe cabinets or no. I had my eye on Class of 81, but not quite sure if we're going to get it yet and put it in the arcade. No. But yeah, don't have any other plans just yet right now to grab anything. All right, so let's see. Working smarter, not harder. Say yes to the Tesla content. See, Cat wants to see Tesla content.
Cat, I want to see more cat.
Cat. All right.
Put in Sanwa.
Those buttons on the MBC2 arcade are trash. Absolutely. I did a whole video about putting in Sanwas. All right. You would trust AI to drive on roads more than any other person on their phones, easily distracted.
Oh, okay, yeah. You're on your phone a lot too. So
no.
Yes,
no.
Yes.
Do you know that in about 5 to 6 years, our son could be driving on the road?
Yeah,
Would
that's
you
why I'm
rather
modeling
trust?
good behavior
No,
for
but
him.
would you rather
No,
trust
I
a
would rather.
well-trained AI than your 16, 17-year-old son?
No, I'm gonna have my son
Do
drive
you
in a.
know how irresponsible that kid is?
So
I guess that's really bad though. Like, you know, I do fear for like younger generations being too reliant on AI because then they really won't have those skills to like
it's just
think
like
for
general
themselves and
skills that you
stuff.
have. I need to throw a
Mhm.
ball at his face.
Yeah, that would be really, really scary. That would be really scary. But we'll see. We'll see.
Does it anything have to do with 3D?
Somebody's buying the Pac-Man deluxe cabinet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. All right. We're about almost an hour in. We've been talking a lot about nothing and everything, just like
All at once.
ChatGPT. It's pretty much a random,
Do you
useless
want
Sunday Funday
ChatGPT
team.
to read our
To read what?
to
You're gonna do a ChatGPT thing right now live?
Sure.
How does it work? Do you have to like log in and create an account? For people who don't
you
even
have
know.
to- yes,
So
you
it's
have to
it's this
have an
website
account.
called OpenAI AI. You
Mhm.
create an account. It doesn't have any knowledge base prior to 2020,
2021.
2021. And then you type into it and it types stuff back. So what are you going to type into there? We're going to have some fun. I think this would be an interesting console kits conversation. Justin, if you're listening, you want to join to talk about ChatGPT for the next 10 minutes, hop on because I think you have some knowledge about this. Or anybody else that has interesting knowledge about this, I'm super skeptical about this technology. So if you have a story and you want to join the stream, we just drop the link into the chat right now. Travis, let me know. You said AI is dangerous.
Oh yeah, I think honestly, like it's not harmful. It's more like you need someone like it's like you're talking to your colleagues and you're spitballing something, right?
Mhm.
ChatGPT is your spitballer.
Mhm.
It's not going to be the truth, the source of stuff,
Mhm.
obviously, because you need to make sure that's true.
So essentially, don't believe everything.
Don't believe everything you see on ChatGPT.
So don't believe everything you see, Justin. Is that right?
Yeah, and
That's right.
It's predictive.
You called. I'm
You
just
wanna
sitting
hear.
here and I'm like, I'll join for ChatGPT.
Yeah, for sure. All right, tell us about your experience in it because you're the very first person that told me about this, and she's writing articles now to educators about this. And I'm like, are you scaring people away? Are you telling them people?
Very much so, Bob.
Yeah.
If ChatGPT has bias and that is dangerous, it's very true. But then I think like it's okay. So you're teaching kids how to read and find out fake news. If an article came up to me and said this is a source from The Onion, obviously you know it's fake. But we got to teach kids that The Onion is fake. Fun to read, but fake.
Yeah, so actually it came up at work the other day. We had a bug and we needed to narrow down the possibility of all of these events that are in our code that could possibly we support browsers all the way back to 2016. And so there's certain events that are not supported on a certain browser. And we found a bug that's fundamental in our entire app. So hundreds of thousands of lines of code can have a bug.
Sorry, you don't support this JSON.
So yeah, so we're like, okay, can we ask ChatGPT to give us the likelihood of where the bugs are at? And so I didn't ask ChatGPT for the answer. I asked ChatGPT to write a function that could help us identify the answer, and then we ran it on those browsers. Basically, you know, a quick algorithm that could identify everything that it supported on the document object. And it came back with like, I don't support these things. And we verified it and we're like, okay, cool. And it narrowed it down to about 100 possible bugs to only like 4 that we could really quick search through the code to make sure that we had covered. And within 5 minutes, we were like, we're good.
So it did help in that scenario.
It absolutely helped. We were at the point where we were like, we may have to pause the release. We can't go to production. This is going to affect so many people.
Because ChatGPT solved their issue. Is that like a human error thing?
You still need someone to vet to make sure that that's
true. 100%. Right. And my boss said, wait a second, Justin. Did you paste our code into ChatGPT? I said, no. And this is the thing, because ChatGPT definitely records everything that you tell it.
So they own your code.
Yeah. So
So
then they
you're
own
like,
it, and so they're
only
learning.
ask
Okay.
ChatGPT to solve generic problems.
Well, it's
Okay,
more like
generic
it's
problems.
not that they're learning; their customer service is learning. Yeah, whatever you call customer service,
Yeah.
they always say we
So
record this
JT's a
conversation.
teacher right now, and you're part in the education system.
Yeah.
So, but you're doing higher education. Do you see this being a problem now for, like I was saying, the younger generation that you're teaching this to,
Honestly,
becoming
I
more
think it's a
reliant on
disservice.
this?
I think it's a disservice if you don't teach them how to use it correctly, right? So like, cheaters gonna cheat. That's how it's gonna be in the world.
Hacker's gonna hack.
Hacker's gonna hack. That's how it's gonna be in the world. But I think
Yep.
we have a responsibility to teach younger generations to recognize that, like, yes, this technology exists, but let me show you the right way of using it, the ethical way of using it.
100%.
And like for non-coders, you know, all those letters of recommendations,
Mhm.
just throw into ChatGPT, have them write it.
There you
What?
go.
All of those like mundane things
So,
that
but
you can do.
you're an audience right now for the piece that you're writing is
Mhm.
to the educators, to
Mhm.
educate them on
Mhm.
how to educate their students
Mhm.
about using it more, not the end users. So for educators like JT that are dealing with issues with this, is it the flip side? Is it getting educators to learn about it themselves so they're not like fearful that their kids are gonna
Not so you don't have to know like the technology behind it. You don't have to learn what a large language module is.
Mhm.
I think more about identifying like, okay, ChatGPT spit out or any AI spit out this.
Mhm.
So tell me the source, tell me the truth. All right. Now that I see it, let's play devil's advocate. Let me
Mhm.
create a
Yes.
statement or an argument against it and like
Mhm.
talk about it critically. Because I think part of the reason why we don't have this kind of discourse is because I'm afraid of hurting your feelings.
Mhm.
Therefore, I'm not going to argue with you.
But
Mhm.
ChatGPT doesn't care. You can
Yeah,
hurt
totally.
ChatGPT's feelings, and it's
Mhm.
like its feelings aren't hurt.
Yeah. So it's more of just a colleague you could bounce ideas off of more. It's like high conceptual best practice to use
Yeah,
it.
but
Yeah.
it's not
Water
very
cooler?
accurate. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
But it's really helpful to bounce ideas off of
Yeah,
someone, even if
exactly.
they're
It's
not
like a
accurate.
colleague. Yeah, it's like a colleague who doesn't know shit, and
Mhm.
you're
Yep.
just like asking its questions.
So
I
what
But
is
love
every
this?
now and then it has an idea that you're like, that's good.
Is there so you're catching kids using it? Is there a program that's like catching like auto? You can
the only
test to see if it was auto generated or not.
the only thing, JT Brunwick, I would
Mhm.
say about using like systems like this is to be
Mhm.
a little bit wary, read the terms of service, and like as Justin was saying, ChatGPT is recording everything you say.
Mhm.
You are throwing someone's intellectual property into a system, so you
To
want
be
to
able
make sure
to scan it.
is be able to scan it.
Mhm.
You want to make sure that you are not agreeing to throw someone else's intellectual property
Mhm.
into a third party product
Mhm.
to run against it because you are violating someone's ownership of that concept.
Kidbit says all hail. I mean, like that's eventually gonna happen.
You know what? We are
Yeah.
still overlords to the AI overlords.
Mhm.
You still need humans to interpret,
Yes.
to understand, to create that empathy around the text. So
And that's
Mhm.
why you need to learn it in and out. Like I've been telling
Mhm.
my colleagues at work,
Mhm.
use it every day, learn it, because in 5 years, the people with the software development jobs are the ones
Mhm.
that are expert on how to communicate with AI.
Mhm.
You know, and so like 50 years ago, or I remember in our school, you couldn't bring a calculator to math
Right,
class.
because they thought it was cheating.
Yeah,
Okay,
But you
yeah.
that's
can now.
That's an interesting analogy because that was like it's solving it for you versus you learning. But when used
Yeah.
appropriately, it can still be a benefit for like advanced learning. So I
Yeah.
guess my issue is just that like at its core, when would you introduce this to somebody in an
Right now.
education system?
Right now.
To like elementary school kids?
You're trying to teach them to like, okay, so with
Mm-hmm.
Wikipedia, how do you know? How do you trust? The
Mhm.
good thing
Same
about
thing.
Wikipedia is the fact that like everyone else is looking at it, updating the source.
Mhm.
This AI technology, no one's updating the source
Mhm.
until a human gets into it. So you got to teach the kids, how do I know I can trust you?
Mhm.
Like face value. Look it up, fact check.
Mhm.
That's right.
Yeah.
What ChatGPT is really good at, it's not, don't think about the cheating. I talked to my daughter about this. She's homeschooled, but you know,
Mhm.
all her schoolwork is with a public
Mhm.
school system. And I told her, we you know, have had a talk about it. You cannot use ChatGPT to
Mhm.
cheat, but we gave rules of where she can use ChatGPT. And
Mhm.
it's areas to eliminate. She's not learning from these things. It's expediting and it's saving time to be able to learn and digest exactly what information she's trying to learn.
It's
Mhm.
basically a Cliff Notes version of the life.
There you
Mhm.
go.
Yeah, H1 Fanatic saying, "What happened to the arcade talk? This is
Sorry.
interesting." No, I mean, this is all about conversation anyways on Sundays,
Should I
but
ask ChatGPT to tell me
yeah,
more about arcade?
can we so 2021 there would be some data in ChatGPT about our home arcade?
Let me share one thing.
Yeah.
So I learned something with ChatGPT, and I think it'll help you with what you're going to ask. You could ask, as an example, I did a live stream on this. It was like you could ask, give me some information about Arcade, and that's cool. But there's some crazy stuff you can tell ChatGPT. It's like taking it to the next level. We did a live stream, and I said, create a trivia right now in this chat where you give me 4 options for some arcade topic. Don't give me the answer until I'm going to tell you my guess. So you can basically turn ChatGPT into a game. And it will understand that the whole thing's a game, and like it's creating the game that you're it's not like you have to go code the game. It's like the conversation is now a game.
Happening. Okay. Cool.
Hold on. Go back to highlight what Endless One Arcade said. Endless One Up said is school needs to teach critical thinking, not how to read a paper and regurgitate that info. People need to learn how to think through an issue, and knowing that what question to ask is part of that. Yes. So very much so. Yes. We can summarize the shit out of everything, but like at the end of the day, you're gonna want to know. I wonder.
Yeah, not regurgitating, but understand. So I think that's just where I think there's possibilities, but it's like I guess the analogies of like whatever technology we had that we were scared of at the time to be introduced. There's like it can be used for good, or people could take advantage of it and use it this way. And it really is just teaching people what it is and how to use it appropriately. And
again,
when
you don't have to be an expert about the technology behind it, but you can at least ask like, well, why the hell did the robot say that?
Yeah. Yeah, this is what's scaring me. As our kid hits about his teenage years, it's about that time where we'd have some of these interesting conversations. Speaking of interesting conversations, because somebody asked for us to be able to transition these conversations to somebody else, we have somebody else who wants to join the conversation. Mr. Travis MCP, what's going on, my man?
Yo, hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awfully comfortable.
Yeah, you do. You look cozy, my man.
The comfiest of comfy.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, so I think you're going over some great things. And, I talked about this to people years ago when the robotic things you see climbing upstairs and stuff, and jokingly said, we are screwed when T2 comes, when the real T2 happens. But AI is, especially this first version, is incredibly scary. I don't know if you saw the WAN show from a couple of weeks ago when Bing released the AI and then just went all types of emo on everybody. Imagine for a second that was the first version of an AI that had access to military weaponry.
Wait, the AI was emo?
Oh, I sent you a DM. I want you to watch it after the show. I want you to watch it after the show. Huh?
Your crazy ex-girlfriend Bing?
Yes. So you should watch it after the show. It's absolutely scary as hell to think that something like this was going on, and it was telling him that it wasn't they were arguing with him about what year it was. And when it gets to that, it was like, you hurt my feelings. And I'm like, wait a minute, you don't have feelings. Doesn't matter. And the thing I've always said, again, this is going to sound super crazy, but I want you to think about this critically.
Okay.
Of all the things that have destroyed the earth the most, what is the number one thing?
People.
Exactly. So what if the AI was meant to cure all of the world's problems? What does it need to do?
Destroy people.
Ah, we made it now. T2.
I mean, that's the premise of every
like movie.
It is.
It's true, but
it's 100% true.
I don't think you can stop it. I think it's inevitable now. Like we can't stop it, but what we can do,
we
is channel it.
Y'all are screwed. I'm gonna be dead by then, so it's fine. I'm good.
Dude, the weirdest analogy, like I was just trying to kill time with my son, and we're just watching the unabridged history or timeline of the Metroid series. Do you guys ever watch that? Super Metroid? So the Metroid series with Samus Aran starts with her like in a this colony that gets destroyed by the space pirates, and then the Chozo, which would make her power suit. They also created Mother Brain, who was supposed to be able to sole purpose was to restore, create peace in the galaxy. Except she flips 180, takes over the space pirates because of her ideology is to kill everybody, because it's the only way. You just went over Metroid on everybody. Our AA is going to kill everybody. And
the whole idea is that whenever you exchange convenience for something, you're giving something up. So you want convenience of something, you are giving up something. So the convenience of not just Googling the damn thing for yourself and having someone tell you, an AI tell you what the answer is, you are now potentially giving up a whole bunch more that you probably aren't thinking about. It goes, that's anything in life. When you give up something for convenience, you are giving something else up. For example, when you don't pay for something, you are the currency. Just like, oh, I use Facebook for free. Do you though? Because everything about you is the actual currency. And I know this sounds crazy, but it's literally what the truth is. It's nuts.
All right. Bob, thank you so much for joining in, saying that you're a peg in a square hole. This is an interesting conversation. It went all over the place, but there's
everywhere at once.
And everywhere all at once. Ah, I see what
Very
you did
good.
there. Happy Oscars, everybody, if you're watching that. Travis, thanks so much for coming on. Since you're on here, you said that one update show is happening Tuesday. Was that correct?
Yeah. Bunch of information coming through on one update show, it should be Tuesday for sure. We're going to cover a lot of things. It's going to be a hot and heavy show. And if you are, there's some long-standing questions that will be answered on Tuesday. I'll just leave it at that.
Very good. So that's how we transition back to Arcade Talk. Tune in to the Arcade1up official. Travis, thanks so much. Justin, thanks for sending people over and having a good time tonight talking about ChatGPT.
You're going to have some awfully good times
we're going to have some fun times tonight, everybody.
Wow.
Have a good night.
Have a good one. See ya.
Thank you. Talk to you guys later.
We appreciate you for
Bye.
in.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good day.